What is up, everybody? Bandit here. I apologize for not getting out 2 videos last week, but I was going through finals with college and everything like that. Now I'm out and I'm on Christmas break, so hopefully we'll get some good high quality videos within the next couple weeks. So I wanted to kind of go over a couple of the things that I think you should keep in your truck. With winter coming, I've already seen some flurries. Hopefully y'all don't get stuck out there, but it is a good chance that either you'll get stuck, you run across somebody that's stuck, or whether that's on the highway or the trail or whatever. And in my mind, it's better to be prepared than just to go out and wish you had some other stuff once you got out there. So today we're going to be going over some of the stuff that I think you should keep in your truck with wintertime coming. I realize a lot of you all don't live in a semi-Arctic environment like I seem to sometimes, but I think a lot of this stuff is applicable. Maybe not all the jackets and blankets and that kind of stuff, but there are still some things that I think you should keep in your truck, kind of regardless. So most of this stuff is what I keep in my truck every single day. It never ever comes out because you just never know what you're going to get yourself into. However, with wintertime coming, I do stock up with a little bit more stuff just in case I'd have to get stuck out there in the cold. Now, as many of you all are aware, I did do the bed-mounted axe. I also have a shovel on the side that you're viewing from. But since I've installed these in my truck, I haven't gone anywhere without them. They have paid off quite a few times, whether on the trail, whether at the campsite, or something like that. But whether you're splitting wood, tending the fire, or trying to get out of a mess that you put yourself in, I would definitely recommend this, especially in the wintertime. With the snow covering up the trees and that sort of thing, there are a lot more tree falls, and I would definitely recommend you do something like this. If you don't want to use an axe or a shovel, obviously you could use a chainsaw or something like that, but obviously take something with you, especially if you're going off-road in the winter, to get yourself out of those stickier situations. Some of the other things I do carry with me all the time are this tow strap. A lot of people have different opinions on whether you should use a chain, a strap, or whatever. Personally, I feel that as long as you have something, you should be okay. If you had your choice, I would definitely pick one of these straps, because they are closed-ended instead of having a hook in it, so you can wrap this around your recovery points with either D-rings or just if you have a hook or something like that, and this is a good way to go. Also, things that I never ever leave home without are quite a few flashlights. This is the Coast flashlight that I did get from Tractor Supply. I'm really impressed with it, and I would definitely recommend this flashlight. Obviously, the more lumens, the better. Whether you're walking through the woods and you just want to see what's out there, or you're trying to flag someone else down for help, obviously the brighter your light is, the better off you are. One thing that you'll see kind of floating around behind my seats during a lot of my videos is this. Obviously, I'm not trying to represent the Bengals. I do like the Bengals, unfortunately, especially on years like this, but what this is kind of an emergency pack, and I always try to keep this within arm's reach. So what's in here is I always try to keep an extra t-shirt, whether yours gets wet or whatever. It always is nice to have an extra t-shirt. Also a poncho. The brighter the color, the better, because whether you're working on your vehicle on the side of the road or whether you're trying to flag someone down or whatever, the brighter colors do seem to work a little bit better. Moving to the other pouch here, we do have some jumper cables. I do use my jumper cables quite a bit. Obviously this is a new truck, so I haven't had to use them for my truck, but helping others out, jumper cables are definitely a help. Also, a little orange cone, another flashlight, another pair of gloves, just some quick hand tools and that sort of thing, and some electrical tape. And moving right along here is my toolbox. So like I said, this does fit behind the driver's seat in the access cab, also in my double cab. In my last truck, it did fit behind the seat, but basically what I keep in here, now this is not, like you don't have to copy what I carry. Obviously you need to use something that will work for your vehicle. So obviously with these Toyotas, a lot of the stuff that you'll be dealing with are metric sets. Obviously if you drive a Chevy or something like that, you may want to consider a standard set of wrenches or whatever, but what I carry, so both colors of Loctite. This can definitely help you out. Obviously red is the more permanent, blue is the removable, but it would be helpful to carry that. Safety glasses and earplugs. You do want to be safe. You don't want to just whip something together out there on the trail, as tempting as that is. A hammer and just your basic hand tools. Like I said, you do want to carry wrenches. Like I said, Toyota does use metric, but if you do drive a different rig or you plan on helping other rigs out, you may want to carry a standard set as well. I do carry both. And also a first aid kit. This one is a little bit small, but I do have a couple more in the truck in different locations depending on where I could hurt myself or where others might get hurt or whatever. But just with some alcohol wipes, some band-aids, some tape and that sort of thing to bandage yourself up in case it really gets rough out there. And the final thing I do keep in my truck is one of these little survival kits. So if it really goes bad while you're out there on the trail and you have to think more long term, I would definitely recommend you carry one of these survival kits. Basically what this is kind of a rescue whistle, some rope, some wire, a flint, and some string and those sort of things. And also, I never go anywhere without my pocket knife. This may seem insignificant, but I do use this all the time, and I would definitely recommend you carry at least one pocket knife with you. If you don't want to carry a pocket knife, maybe a multi-tool or something similar, but it's just amazing how much easier this makes your life when you just have to tackle some small tasks or something like that. So here's a look behind the seats of my truck and the way I keep everything. So here's an extra jacket and a set of overalls. I also like to keep my handheld CB. I haven't officially mounted one in my truck yet, but that is a nice substitute. Also an ice scraper, my toolbox, and a blanket. In that storage area, I do keep my tow strap and my ratchet straps. Here's my emergency bag, and on this side obviously is your jack. Now, in my opinion, one of the biggest things that people overlook is their spare tire. So most trucks are equipped with a spare tire, and getting to each one is a little bit different. But with these, so this rod does come out from the jack bag and everything like that is inside the truck. Basically what you do is you put the hook in just underneath the tailgate. There is a small square hole, and you're just going to reach that back as far as it'll go, and it'll fit in a slot. Once in that slot, you can begin to twist the top to the left, in a standard loosening pattern. So once the tire is here on the ground, you can go ahead and take the carrier bracket out and go ahead and either inspect your tire or put this tire on or whatever. This is really, really important because, like I said, almost all trucks do come with a full-size spare, but your spare is only as good as the condition it's in. If your spare is slashed or out of air or it has a bent rim or whatever, that's not really going to help you. You definitely want to take advantage of the fact that your truck does have a spare. Make sure it is good to go should something negative happen. So I hope this video helped you prepare both yourself and your vehicle for the upcoming winter. Obviously, if you do live in a different environment or drive a different vehicle or what have you, you may need to change up some things, but the key is just to familiarize yourself with your vehicle, with where you're going, with everything you're carrying. So if something should happen, you are really prepared to tackle that. I accidentally did forget to include this week's news in last week's video, so we'll go ahead and cover both of those now. It looks like Toyota has been working on new hybrid technology for a rear drive sedan or car. And I think a lot of that, what you're going to be seeing is what will be going into the future of the Lexus products, but maybe even into the new Supra and the sports car that Toyota has been working on with BMW. Also, FCA, we were kind of expecting the new Ram lineup and the Jeep Wagoneer to be coming out pretty shortly, but it looks like that may be delayed. It looks like FCA is going to have to change around some of their factories to be able to keep up with the demand of those SUVs and the trucks. So we may be waiting longer than anticipated for that. Also, with more Nissan news, the Titan looks like it will be getting a single cab and a 6-cylinder. Whether that 6-cylinder is out of the current Frontier, or whether they'll take it from one of their other SUVs or come up with a completely new engine remains to be seen, but you can be looking for that in the coming future. So thank you all very much for watching this video. Like I said, I do really hope it helped you. Also, let me know, I did get a new light, and I thought I would kind of change that around. I know the lighting in some of my previous videos hasn't been the best, but I do want to work on that. I saw this, and I thought I'd pick one up and at least see how it goes. It is a work light, so worst case, I definitely can use it for the upcoming projects that I'll be doing. But let me know if you do like it in these videos, whether it helps you see or what have you. Thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. That is really growing, and spread the word about the channel. We do have a lot of things coming within the next couple weeks, and I'm really excited about it. I hope you all will be too. So thank you all very much for watching. Have a fantastic week, everybody, and we'll catch you next time.